Well, I was worried that this was going to be the stand was going to be a little bit too tall, but it worked out just perfect so you can see the table in my head and behind me a little bit. I don't know how the lighting is right now. I'm going to have to put a light behind the camera, but I have the window open, I have both the lights on, so hopefully this will be good. But today we're reviewing the Frabill 30-inch dead stick P10 panfish popper. So it comes with I bought it at Walmart for $19. It was like $20 with tax. It comes with 3 tungsten jigs. One of them is like tiger shad. One is like a purple one with a purple plastic on it, and the other color might have been blue, I think. And then it also comes with, I believe this is 4-pound test on here, pre-spooled. It comes with the reel. This is I want to say it's a 3 or 4 ball bearing reel. The P10 panfish popper by Frabill. And then the rod is a 30-inch dead stick, 1 to 4 pound. So this is an ultralight rod, and as you can see, hopefully you guys can see, it's not bending right now. But let's reel this up a little bit. But you do get a little bit of a bend with the what's it called? The jig on there. And I would recommend this, like, it's an awesome rod. I would recommend it for probably perch, bluegill, crappie, white bass, rock bass, like just kind of panfish, because of just how much it bends. I'm barely pulling it right there, and that's how much it's bending already. And this is still barely pulling it, and the rod's basically bent in half. So if you were to hook up with a good walleye, a bass, a northern, a muskie, a trout, any fish bigger than probably 10 inches that's not like a panfish, you're going to get some pretty good bend on this. I was catching perch on this last night, and it was probably bending, I would say, like about this much, with just probably an 8-inch perch on there. And it also comes with, I took it off, but it comes with the ultra sensitive spring bobber. But I don't really like using those because they freeze up, and you also don't need it on this rod because it's so sensitive that you can see everything on it. So I would spool this up with 4-pound test. I mean, you can use heavier line, get a different reel. The reel holds, for a 2-pound test, it holds 200 yards, 4-pound test, 125 yards, 6-pound test, 90 yards. So there should be 125 yards of 4-pound test on here. And this is just rigged up with a very small tungsten jig. I think this is I want to say it's a 5mm tungsten jig. But so far, I've had it for about, I've only had it for 2 days, but it's done good so far. It's probably caught around 20 fish. It has the reverse on it so you can switch. It has instant anti-reverse, I think. I had all the specs on it. It came with there's a piece of cardboard attached right here with all the baits in it. And it gave you all the specs and stuff. But you can like look it up online. You go to the Frabill website, it tells you everything. And this was actually the best deal I found. My other ultralight broke, so I bought this one. And I looked online after I bought it, and all the other ones were like $30, but this one was $20. It came with the jigs, and the other ones that were just straight up rod, like a rod blank or a rod with a reel, no line, were like $30, $25. So awesome deal. The jigs alone were worth like $4. Then the line, that's another $4. The reel, so far it's been doing good. Has good drag on it. Gonna take it apart, oil it up. It also has the anti-freeze lube in it, so in cold temperatures the reel won't freeze up on you. I haven't had the line shoot off. Like sometimes you'll be jigging and all of a sudden the line just shoots off because it's bad line, it's not spooled on there. Otherwise it's been sitting on there a long time, but it hasn't. The one thing I would change about this rod, I would give it some smaller guides, because they're not big. They're smaller than my pinky, so they're not big, but I would have some smaller guides on here. And right at the end of it, let's grab another rod. So, you know, your summer fishing rods and your bait casters, they got stuff for you. You tighten it down with like a screw type deal. This one is just zip tied with these two little plastic sliding holder type deals. They're kind of like grips because I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little bit of texture on it. Hopefully you guys can hear that. And then, like I said before, just zip ties, and then these. All you can do is you can snap off these zip ties and use electrical tape to keep it on there. And another nice thing about this rod is it has a cork handle on it. Because I know some rods, like my bait caster, it's a foam on it. But this is nice foam. It's not like that really cheap, crappy foam. But I do prefer the cork handles more, and when I buy them, I don't take the plastic off until it's starting to like fall off, because it keeps it a little bit better. Interchangeable reeling on here. It's supposed to have a quick folding action on it, so if you're traveling with it and you don't want this part to snap off, I don't know if it would, but like if you didn't want it to, it's supposed to be quick fold. So I'm loosening up this right here. Still is not folding. Yeah. Not folding. Oh, almost got her. So if you're traveling, folds up and stuff like all other reels. It doesn't say on the reel how many ball bearings it is. It just says ball bearing drive and instant anti-reverse. But if you go on the website, it says that it's 3 plus 1 ball bearings. But then I was reading some and it said it was only 1 ball bearing. But if you guys want to look the reel up, it's the Frabill P10 panfish popper. And then the rod is the Frabill deadstick 30-inch ultralight. So this is great for panfish. And if you're going for something bigger, I would get a medium or medium heavy. But I'll definitely get this rod. If you're starting out ice fishing, I'll get this rod. You can detect the bites a lot better than a medium heavy or a heavy action. Rig it up with 4-pound test. Small tungsten jig on it, waxy or a minnow. So if I had to rate this rod out of 10, I would probably give it a 7, just because of the eye hole size. And then there's no twist right here, because if your zip tie breaks and you're stuck with these things right here, it can become kind of a pain because it's slipping all over the place and your reel is shifting and your eye holes won't line up with your reel anymore and it'll be offset and stuff. But otherwise, I haven't had no problems with this reel, so 7 out of 10. Would definitely recommend it. For its price too, that was another good thing. 20 bucks. A lot of the products now, the better ones are getting, the better quality rods are getting high priced in the $50 to $100 range. Very expensive. But this one, nice, cheap setup, ultralight. That's another good thing for the price. Apparently a 4-ball bearing reel. That's good for the price. Comes with line and everything. So if you're starting out ice fishing, would definitely recommend this rod. Go on Amazon or whatever, search up the rod, add it to your cart, and buy this awesome rod. So I'll see you guys in the next fishing video or review.